Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're playing some more Stormworks Build and Rescue. Let's see, I was going to bring the other parts here to the shuttle, but they're on the other side. They're like 30 kilometers away, and it's going to take probably 4 or 5 or 20 hours to get them over here. So I figured, you know what, I'm repaired. Let's go back to Earth, and I'll figure it out from there. Yeah. What's the issue? Well, there's no real issue. It's just what I tried to do was we're close. So like I'll just show you on the map. Okay? I'm here. The machine is here. But if I drive this way with the machine, I die. It won't wrap the map. But if I fly that way, it will wrap. But if I drive that way, I'll die. So I have to drive all this way with the machine. And I mean, it's slow. So I'm probably going to do that like, you know, some other time, right? Some other time. So I thought, yeah, you know what? We'll go back if I can go back. And I'll see about setting up the moon base now. That's the next bit of equipment that needs to get here. If I can get it all to the moon's surface, I can then take the time to consolidate it, put it all together, and that'll be a lot of fun. This is getting it to the moon is takes some time. Yeah, and then setting it all up. So that's pretty much what we're doing now. Trying to get it to the moon and trying to set it all up. Now this trip will be interesting. I don't have a lot of gas, and yeah. We're rotating. There we go. Yeah, that's the thing about the moon. You just have to take your time. It takes time to do things. You know, patience is definitely a key factor in setting up on the moon. So I tried earlier. I tried for about 2 hours. I drove for about 2 hours, and then the map was refusing to wrap itself like it does when you're flying. And instead, I kept flying off the moon and dying. So I was like, okay, well, if that's the case, then that means I really have to take my time, right? Or figure out something different. So I don't know what else there would be to figure out different, but I suppose that's something I'll have to do. So now we're just trying to get back to the planet and do our best. I've got eight more launches, and I'll have the rest of the moon modules on the moon. 8 more launches. So Well, I want to see. I chose not to recharge the electricity, and I want to see if that's how badly that's going to work against me heading back to Earth. I suppose I could have turned the lights off and stuff in here. I'm gonna save a little bit. Not really saving much. Not really saving much. Yeah, just having issues. Just having issues with a few things on the moon. Issues with the magnets. You can't pick up the magnets. You can't carry any weight on the moon. It won't let you. You can push stuff, but you can't pick it up. Like for example, I have some magnets attached to cables. If I pick up the magnets attached to the cables, it doesn't do anything. It'll throw me around. But if I kick the magnets on the ground, I can move them around. But then what happens is the magnets fall through the surface of the moon and they're lost. So yeah, so it's just kind of just some challenges there that have to be overcome still. Hopefully I can make it back to the planet here. Long ways to go. Gotta start going this way or else I'm gonna overshoot. Don't want to overshoot. Now I'm pretty much gonna have to go until I'm low, like really low, and see if there's gonna be enough spare gas to propel me. I hope there is. You see how I land this time. See if this landing is a good one. All right. Should be a pretty safe trip. Oh, I didn't. All right. It's going to be an interesting landing, this one. It's going to be an interesting landing. See if I can even make it first, and I'll worry about the rest later on. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I don't know if we should have a workbench on the moon. I don't know if we need one. Oh, and I was checking out the custom tanks. Those are really neat. Um, and it's going to be exciting to try and launch some satellites with that. I'll have to figure that out as well. Hope I have enough gas to get back to the planet, man. Oh boy. Oh boy. Right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start prepping the moon base and getting that ready to, we're getting that set up. That'll be the next launch. It'll be module number 1 of the moon base. All right. Yeah, so as I was saying, everything is going to be really far apart. So I was trying to get it all together earlier today, and I thought, you know what, it's just going to take time, and that's just the way it is. It's just going to take time. So what I'll do is I'll try and I figure the best option is to try and get everything as close together as I can, and then after that, take the time and put it all together, gather it and put it all together. It is going to take a while. It is going to take a while. What do we have for gas here? 5,000. Let's make the switch here. Let's make the switch. There we go. That helps a little bit. Yeah, this run was a little different. I burned way too much gas on the way there. So. And I might end up checking here. I might have to do a splashdown or something. Try this one out here. The velocity works good. .477 meters per second. So as you head towards the moon, you do about 500, and then it slows down and slows down. And by the time you reach the moon, you're only doing about 250 meters per second. It's really neat. And then, of course, the angular velocity, which I was able to finally measure, I'm doing about 200 meters per second sideways. So that's why it's so rough landing on the moon. Is your angular speed right now? Look at that. We're doing 132 meters per second on our x, and only 1 meters per second on our on our z axis. So that just gives you an idea of how you're traveling through space, right? The momentum that we have on our planes of travel. Now, if I do end up crash landing this one, which I might, pretend to do a recovery. Yeah, so I was on the spot where the shuttle is. Right, I traveled towards the shuttle, the 4 kilometers that I needed to go on the truck, and the shuttle wasn't there. And it wasn't there because the map was refusing to change. So instead, it was telling me that I wasn't even on the Stormworks space map. So then, when I traveled to a little bit further, the game did whatever the game does, and I just spiraled out of control. So that took me about an hour and a half to do all of that, to get there with the truck and all that stuff. And then I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to have to go the other way, 30 kilometers. So 30 kilometers at like 2 meters a second. Took me an hour to go 5 kilometers. So I'll be looking at a really, a real late night traveling to where the vehicle is. So I thought, you know what? I'll just write that off for now. It is what it is, and it is where it is. So I'll go back to Earth, and then we'll start setting up to get the rest of the moon modules. And then when I come back next time, I'll try and land closer to where the vehicle is, so I don't have to travel 32 kilometers across the moon with it, right? And yeah, I need the truck there because it is kind of like a heavy vehicle. It's the heaviest vehicle I have. So it is gonna come in handy in a big way, especially when it comes to moving around the moon modules. Versus the other truck, which is electric. And all right, this is actually working out really well. Not a worst case, but definitely not ideal. So I need to start coming this way, or else I am going to overshoot the planet again. Again. I did do some tweaks to the RCS vehicle. It's calibrated, so the new one is ready to go. But I won't be taking that I won't be taking that one. We're gonna leave the one that's on the moon, and I'll be using that. Oh boy. Oh boy. You can do it. You can do it. 250. Yeah, this is gonna be close. Yes, it's gonna be a close one. About almost halfway. Almost halfway. And the moon still looks so big. All right. Yeah, I wasn't sure. After that, I wasn't sure what to do. I tried to do a couple of other things, and I thought, you know what? Let's just carry on getting the base set up on the moon. So that's what we're doing. And now what I have to do is I have to test to see if I can still open and close the door with the moon modules, or if I need to redesign those as well. And then we'll have to try something somewhere in between all that. We'll have to try something. I better save this just in case something happens. All right. All righty. we doing for gas? Not bad, not bad. Still nowhere near our entry point yet. Yeah, so you see my X distance? See how it's 64,000? All right, X distance is 64,000. That's off of 00 on the moon map and not 00 on the planet map. So when you're navigating and you're navigating back or to the moon, unfortunately, that's why sometimes my navigating wasn't working. Right, I was using length XY, and the reason why the length XY was growing, it was growing for that reason. Look, we're minus 67,000 on our X. Okay, but once the map switches over to the planet, you're going to see that number completely change. I'm sure we're almost there. At some point, I'd like to turn it off before the... before we're empty. And I'm going to need both. I'm going to need this gas and whatever's left in here. Yeah, I'll probably... have to use the parachutes. Something. What's our velocity? Yeah, see, we're doing 276 now, so we've slowed right down. 165 and 55. And our X, see, we're minus 70,000 now, 79,000. Off of 00 from the moon, not the Earth. I'm sure they did that on purpose, just to confuse us while we're navigating. I'll save it again here. Whoa, a little bit more, a little bit. We're 50% spare gas, 50% spare gas. Well, I need to be able to cut at some point here. If I cut too early, I'll start falling back to the moon. I don't know, to me it doesn't make any sense, but that's Stormworks for you. Yeah, see, this is getting bigger now because we're set up for the moon. See, our linear was 15,000 and now we're at 86,000. Speed is still about the same. That's good. Didn't use up much for electricity, actually. Stays at around 30%. That's all right. All right, let's cut it. Let's cut it here and see what happens here. Try and save a little bit of this gas for. Check out our velocities here. I'm gonna start falling sideways. Oh. I hope I can make it. I would hate to be stranded on in space. I think so. We're gonna fall backwards. I think is what's gonna happen here. Oh, I left the door open. That's not good. I closed the other door, but I left that door open. That door's open. Yeah, I was checking out. I was checking out the custom tanks. So eventually, what I'll need to do is I'll need to put a custom tank in this. Let's see if I can use that. Oh, there we go. Now let's see how we just sped up. Let's see here. See what that change is like. Oh yeah, 213. Woo. See our X value, 100,000. See? Where was I? Linear X was 15,000. And so it's comparing those two together and it's saying I have to go 124 kilometers, but that's not accurate, so. Yeah, now that I'm able to get the velocity, I'll try and do another satellite launch, so that way we can see. Did you remember when I tried last time? I opened the door, and I launched it, and it flew away from us, and I wasn't able to. I wasn't able to tell, like, why, because I was using these velocities, right? I thought this would, in theory, this should be our velocity, but it's not. It only gives us a number when we're applying actual force on those X, Y, and Z. So now this here, you need a constant on signal going into the timer, and then from there you have to separate it from a constant on signal to a pulse. So that's why this is kind of, I'll have to find a way of switching this somehow and figuring that out and getting it to work together. Now we're adrift now. We're adrift in space. It's deceiving, right? Am I going down or am I going up? At some point it should catch. 124 off of 00 off of the moon. I wonder if I switch, if that'll give me, no, that doesn't change that at all. Yeah, now this is going to be interesting. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I'll have to use because I did not connect the hose. I thought I had, but I didn't. I should have at least connected the hose so I could turn the pumps on, right? That was the whole purpose of this. And I didn't even do that, so. I'll probably end up splashing down with the sharks. So if I splash down with the sharks, I wonder what that's going to do. All right, that's our sideways. We're now doing 276 meters per second that way. Well, it sure is a lovely day to be adrift in space. Yeah, now the only reason I'm doing this is I'm trying to save on fuel. Because I need every drop of hydrogen now. Takes forever. Wow, 150. 151, 300. That's like I'm in the Arctic and I want to go to the equator. to get to 0, 0. I'm in the Arctic and I want to go to the equator. To get to 0, 0. Alright, this is taking way too long. Let's see if I do this. I do that. No, let's just use these thrusters and let's just go into the Earth. Get some of that momentum back. It's nice to just drift sometimes. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there we go. There, now you see that? 20,000. So we were at like 180,000 and then it switches to 20,000. Did you see that? That's why you have to be careful when you're navigating. It's almost impossible to try and line up an XY until you're close, right? Until you're in your final approach. Now we're accelerating. Oh yeah, look at that, 449. All right, now, now I can probably. Oh boy, now I'm probably going too fast. Yeah, that was all we needed. I wonder where I'm coming into. I'm there now, but I'll likely switch and be over there somewhere, maybe. I won't know until I hit 40,000. $60,000 kilometers to go. I have to try not to. I don't no idea what's gonna happen here. No idea. What did I turn this to? I think it was 0.8 was enough to fly through the atmosphere. I guess I'll find out. I will find out soon. Now, if I do land way out in the middle of nowhere, I am going to try and do a recovery with the blue ship. I tried to do a recovery with the Navy ship. It's just too small. It's too small to lift this out of the water, but it's not too small to tow it. So I guess I could check. Now would probably be a good time to see if this thing will sink or float. Oh yeah. Going good now. Oh, there we go. See, I'm over on that side again now. Alright, so this is our destination. $80 kilometers. At what? Probably. Oh, it'll give me my velocity in a minute. 500 kilometers, 500 meters a second. Yeah, 455 meters a second. That is fast. That is fast. I also noticed this is scaled, but this one doesn't appear to be scaled in the same way. Alrighty. 25,000 feet. I'll get all my instruments back. Extremely low on power. Yeah, if I can just sail right into that position, I will be so happy. $12,000. $9,000. $8,000. $4,000. There we go. Look at that. I'm doing 500 meters per second right now. That's insane. That is insane. Altitude hold. Turn that off. See if I can. Whoops. See if I can correct out of here. I can a little bit. I can a little bit. So it'll sail. It'll sail. You know, how well, where do we got to get to here? 20 kilometers? Let's see how well we can sail 20 kilometers. Actually, shouldn't be too bad. 25,000 feet. We got to go 30 kilometers. 6, 3, 2, 1. We're losing about 100. Almost. That's almost in alignment here. So then, if I do that, turn on the secondary gas, and I'll just wait until we're a little bit closer, and then I'll hit the engine. What are we at, 20,000? Yeah, we got 22 kilometers to go over 20,000 feet and closing. 19,000. If I can, I'll correct 18,000 to 1. Yeah, we're we are going down. We are going down. We're going down. All right. Push that on. I don't have a lot of fuel, but I just needed to. I need to correct this free fall. Not bad, not bad. I mean, it's not. It's not like we're consuming a terrible amount of gas. It's just the altitude. It's like everything kind of combined, right? 12,000. Let's see if I can get right down to the ground with this. Yeah, I should actually almost have enough, really, with that. And then what I'll do is I'll cut it off and pull the parachutes, which is right there. Worst case scenario, but I don't know. I don't think I'll be in the worst case. Let's get down. I will be if I stay at 10,000 feet. Alright, that's a big correction. That's a big correction. Oh, basically coming down right on top of it. Oh, well. Yeah. Right over there. This might work out really well. I always say that, and then I botch it, right? I always say that's gonna work out really well. And then for smash, yeah, 0.08 is what you want for the. Oh, I got a little bit of fuel. All right. So let's get right down there. Then. 5,000 feet. Yeah. $4,000. Come on, we gotta lose some more altitude. That's the hardest thing about coming in from space is you have to lose all this altitude, and then, you know, there's some clouds. All right, I can finally start to see the clouds. Oh, coming in hot. Some railroad tracks. Got to come this way a little bit. Okay, now I'll try and correct myself here. There we go. Okay, I can see the runway now. Try and get into alignment here with the runway. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. Unfortunately, I think I'm just going to do this. Oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. Oh boy. We're down. We're down. I am making an oil spill, but we are down. We are down. That wasn't too bad. I mean, it wasn't too bad. Obviously, and I'd be toast. That would be that's considered a critical, you know. I'd be toast, right? Oh, this thing's empty. Yeah, these are the feet that I put down. They work really well. I'm just trying to get over here so I can try and stop this from... Boy, I wish you would repair this fast on the moon. Sure takes forever to repair on the moon. Look at that. That's it? A couple of hits. 1, 2, 3 were repaired. Yeah, look. There we go. All right, so this is going to take a little while. I don't think I'm going to worry about repairing it here on the planet. I'm just going to come over and recover it. So let me put this back together. Get these feet out of the way so they're not skipping all around. All right, so now how would I'm here, huh? Yes. So now I think it's time to build a crane. I need some type of crane to come out here and pick this thing up, right? So that's not too bad. But within 2 kilometers, that's pretty good. But I don't know if I can drive. Let's see. I'll drive the truck. Look at that. I have to go that far to recover the shuttle. This is going to be a lot more difficult than I had imagined. This thing here. I suppose I could use the crane and I can pick up the nose and then just drag it. Let's try that. Let's try that, shall we? Kind of like a tow truck. Whoa. I think I am reaching my limit in the game for like objects. I think I'm reaching my object limit, what my computer can handle. If I get too much more stuff out here, I don't know if I'll be able to play anymore. Alright. Maybe some type of rail car? Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about this. Interesting. Interesting. I can even get over there. I should be able to get close. The truck here. Have to be careful with this. Unless I can drag it back here. If I can drag it there. Oh, what did I destroy? Oh, man. Oh, boy. Technical, technical, technical. All of these difficulties. Oh, I already have a torch, huh? Alright, well this is probably going to take a while to get over there and recover it. So I think what I'll do is maybe I'll recover it in the next video. And not worry about it on this one. The runtime on this one's getting pretty long. I made it. I crashed. Crashed again. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, they sure repaired the wing lickety split, but it doesn't want to the rest of this. What else needs to be repaired here? I don't want to sit here and repair all this. Not a waste of my time. The turret ring needs to be repaired. La 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 la. I think I've been doing way too much of this. There we go. Alright, so that's there, that's there. Oh, and then this is going to need to be repaired too. So we can drive. Repair the drive shaft. All right. And And then I'll just repair the wheels, and I'll leave this kind of the way it is. I'll have to figure something out with the turning. Use a function block to try and slow down the turning on the... I may already be doing that. Let's see, that there, and then I have to put in gearboxes to slow down the speed of the motor to the wheels, so I can have lower speed and more torque. Oh, that was so close. Look, the torch is just about to run out. Just about to run out. Okay, that should be... Hopefully that solves that issue. Oh, brakes are on. Oh, and it's been spun around? Is it not going to work because it's been spun around? What an interesting situation that is. It broke and then it spun and now it's facing backwards. Alright, yeah, I guess that's going to do it for today's video. In the next video, I'm going to work on this and see if I can't go over there and recover the shuttle. So thanks for watching, and I will see you then.